Hello, eavesdroppers. Welcome to another pop culture tarot reading. Today's episode, we are doing a political reading, and this will be on the energy around the CERN project. I'll call it a project, the CERN machine. All right, so we're going to look at the energy around that. Obviously, the machine was cut off sometime in June, but we're going to look at why is it even there? Why do they need this machine? So the first question I have is, what cosmic alignment is currently activating between CERN and the planetary body? So what was the invention of this thing all about? Why did they even create it? What is the spiritual implications here? We have nefarious, so there's no good intentions. It's nefarious. Allegedly. Everything I said in this reading is alleged for entertainment purposes only. I have no proof, so take it with a grain of salt. And I hope you all are feeling like $1,000,000. All right, so this is not good, nefarious. There was some evil intentions here. We have spiritual bypassing and toxic positivity. So there feels to me to be an energy around this machine of trying to control a narrative. I feel like they are only sharing with us bits and pieces of what this machine actually is looking for, what it does. I think that the goal of it is to have not only control of the world, the United States, the other countries, but to actually colonize the other planets. They're trying to find a way to infiltrate and colonize the other planets. Give me two more. We have backfired. Okay, so this is an energy of the backfiring on them. It says that this has been returned to sender, counterproductive, a boomerang effect, misfire into ricochet. This could be why the machine is cut off. They could also come in contact with something nefarious, some kind of dark entity or spirit out there. We have a server. Okay, this is about the computer systems, a host, a network, computer, a data processor, back-end system, machine, hardware, or the program or software. And I do feel like they're trying to use technology, again, to infiltrate and colonize other planets. They want to go beyond Earth. I feel they know something is coming to Earth. What do they know is coming to Earth? What do they feel or know is coming to Earth? Tested. That is going to be tested. Why? How? An attack. We have an attack. And we have solar power. There's going to be some kind of attack due to the sun. They're afraid of the sun. Okay, they're afraid of the sun. Interesting. As the sun has been heating up and causing a lot of unalivings recently with the higher temperatures we've had this summer. So they're afraid of the sun. They know something is coming to the earth via the sun. Some kind of event was going to be massive. Okay, so how will the upcoming particle collisions shift Earth's energetic frequency? We have unaware. They're unaware. They don't even know what they're tapping into. We have prestige, status, cachet, eminence, and prominence. And we have forward progress. So they're going to continue to do this, push it forward, because they have so much money invested. Wow. What vibrational changes will sensitive individuals feel during the next activation, which I believe is going to be in 4 years, 2030, I believe. It's going to be intentional. Idol worship, idols, humanity. They're trying to turn themselves into gods. They're trying to make us revere them as gods, allegedly. Show me more. They're expediting something. What are they expediting? An insurrection, an uprising. So the sensitive people are going to push back against this. We have an uprising, a rebellion, a revolt, a fight or group action to go against the leaders of a law or a country. So there will be people who will push back to save humanity. And we have spiritual hands. This is protection, divine strength, warding off negative energies and the evil eye. So the sensitive individuals are picking up on this. We have a satellite and antenna. I feel like that is our spidey senses. It says here, fighting someone using invisible, energetic, or metaphysical force instead of just physical violence. So the insurrection is more of a spiritual thing. We got spiritual hands. Okay, so our portal opening, shifting human consciousness into higher dimensional states. We have gloom and doom. I think quite the opposite. We have recruits. And we have warned. So they were warned not to do this, and they're not listening. They're being warned not to do this. There's going to be some impending doom if they continue to activate this machine. It says a defeatist mentality, cynicism, pessimism, despair, homelessness, fatalism, expecting the worst outcome, melancholy, and despondency. They're bringing this upon the earth unnecessarily. I feel like they've activated something, and this is why they know the sun is going to respond in a certain way, because they activated it, and now they can't undo it. They keep turning off the machine to try to change the trajectory of something that they cannot change, allegedly. Okay, so what hidden truths about the universe will researchers uncover next? Spiritual laws. They're going to learn about those spiritual laws. We have insincere, hypocritical, disingenuous, two-faced, fake, deceptive. So they're going to learn that their laws are not the real laws, that the spiritual laws are the real laws. And we have attached, devoted, connected, affixed, linked, joined, fastened, fond, close, committed, and affectionate. They're trying to connect themselves to something. They're trying to rewrite the spiritual laws, and they're going to learn that they cannot. They cannot. The universe is in charge. The universe is in control. The Most High is in control. And they're going to realize that only those who are connected to, devoted to, attached to, affixed to, linked, and joined to that Most High energy, that universal consciousness and love, that cosmic energy, are the only ones that can truly tap in. You don't have the ability to. You don't have the clearance. Okay, let's move on to another deck here. Which ancient timelines are being triggered or accessed by these experiments? We have spiritual authority. So this is what they're trying to connect to. Like I said, they don't have the clearance. They want authority. It says divinely granted rights and responsibilities to act on God's behalf. This is what they're looking for. They're trying to tap into the ancient, the ancestors. We have rule, but there are rules. They are spiritual laws. And we have same, adjacent, to have something in common or be akin. And this feels like those of us who are akin to the Most High. We are the only one with the spiritual authority to tap into this energy they're looking for somewhere out there. They don't have the ranking, the spiritual ranking. What spiritual warnings do the cards show regarding dark matter research? So what does Spirit have to say about this? Because Spirit is not in alignment with this. We have disturbing, unsettling, troubling, upsetting, alarming, distressing, and disconcerting. We have the good old boy system. We have the patriarchy, male-dominated, nepotism, personal connections, and informal network of powerful individuals, a fraternity, mutual assistance, and favoritism. By bypassing merit, transparency, or fair bidding process. Bypassing merit, transparency, or fair bidding process. So again, Spirit is very disturbed by this. Spirit is not in agreement with the good old boy system. Their patriarchy, their male dominance, their nepotism, their money, their connections mean nothing in the spiritual realm. It holds no weight in the spiritual realm. And we have enhance, to upgrade, improve, enrich, or refine, strengthen, amplify, heighten, boost, augment, beautify, or embellish, to intensify, add value, or beauty. I feel like Spirit is saying here, every time y'all try to tap in, I'm going to continue to upgrade. I will be a million steps ahead of you. You will never find the God particle. They say they already have. I feel like Spirit is laughing at them. No, you haven't. Whatever you thought you found, it ain't me. Okay, so what is the next question? How will this technology impact humanity's collective destiny by 2030? We have invasive. It is invasive. The technology is invasive. We have divine love and divine contracts, and this is the way that we counter this with divine love for the divine, for ourselves, for each other, divine contracts, honoring those divine contracts, and we have mutate. So this technology will mutate us. It's invasive. It will change, transform, or evolve, alter, metamorphose, or modify us. So we gotta elevate that divine love, that light on the planet. Okay, so what unseen forces are guiding the scientists behind these projects? Blood. Something in their bloodline. We have inconsequential, and we have entertainment. So they take this for a joke. Entertainment? They don't feel like there will be consequences with inconsequential. It's something that runs in their bloodline. Again, colonizing. They just want to colonize everything. Wow. Let me get more. What's going on with the bloodline here? We have shaping, forming, to mold or develop, come together or unfolding. They are trying to become the ilk of God. They want so bad to be connected to the Most High, and they don't have the frequency. Inconsequential is gain. So they're doing this to gain, for acquisition, to obtain, increase amount, or make a profit. It's all about money. It's all about power. And entertainment is survival. So they're doing this to survive. How can we best anchor our energy to stay grounded through these shifts? We have language and communication, the way we think, the way we speak. We have offer, accepted, oblige. Whatever downloads we're getting, the universe wants us to pay attention, to follow our instincts. What else? Scruples is going to be moral rules and ethical doubts, inner feelings that stop people from doing something bad. Yes, ethical standards and moral compass and guidance. Like I said, we have to get those downloads. Trust our morals, our values, our principles, our ethics. Don't go against those. Is CERN at all connected to the Mandela Effect? Timeline shifts, different timelines that people remember things on. Is it connected? We have an end of a cycle. We have illegal and criminal. And we have depleted. I do feel like they're manipulating the energy. Spirit is saying it's illegal, it's criminal, and it's coming to an end. We have trespassing, intruding, encroaching, invading. To go onto someone else's land or property without permission, overstepping bounds, entering private property to commit a sin or do a wrong against someone. We have stress, discomfort, unease, and burden. So giving into this system, following along behind these people, not objecting to it, will put all of us at a disadvantage. Depleted is a conspiracy, a confederacy, an alliance, or a union for an illegal or dishonest goal. Complicity, see, we can't be complicit. A plot, a scheme, intrigue, machinations. A crafty, complex plot to cause harm, the cabal and collusion. We have to disassociate ourselves from these people in their system. We have to find a way. We have to. Spirit, in closing, what do you have to say about this CERN machine? What do you have to say about this CERN machine, Spirit? Litigation. There will be legal proceedings, the court of law or spiritual court, resolving a dispute, a plaintiff filing a complaint, a discovery phase for gathering evidence, and a trial before a judge or jury. So they're going to be put to a trial for this. We have economics, money, income, generational greed. So yeah, there's a lot of greed here. It's in the bloodline. And we have 3D trappings. He said that this is spiritual poverty. They are stuck in South Node, morally bankrupt, materialistic, stripped of resources. And this is to be redirected to spiritual refinement. So again, and this is for all of those who are connected to the Most High, because not everybody is. Those of us who are, we have to detach from this system. Spirit says facts, and the next card is withdrawn. I just said we have to withdraw. It says to pull back or vacate, to be unavailable for. Yes. Yes. So that is the answer. He said, all of those of you who are in covenant with me, in union with me, agreement, a pact, a contract, a treaty, a pledge, a vow, a bond, to make a promise or to be held to a duty, you're in alignment with me. There's something incoming. What's incoming? There's going to be targeted attacks. He's pointing out AI. Oh, I also wanted to look into AI. We have a desire to make artificial intelligence sentient, all-knowing, and deific. Advanced technology replacing humans, transhumanism. And we have official, authorized, approved, legitimate, sanctioned, certified, valid, an officer, administrator, executive, public servant, or bureaucrat, and an authority figure. So this is what they're using AI for. Let me ask a question here about what's going on with the water. Why is the water being used by the AI so much? Is it truly the water, or is this a cover-up for something else? We have outsourcing. The water is being outsourced somewhere else. To delegate, externalize, offshore, subcontracting, to contract out, assign tasks, to go to assign tasks to an outside party and responsibilities. So they're saying the water is going to underground bunkers. Is that true? Said atomic, nuclear, infinite, and microscopic. They know something is coming to the planet, y'all. It's atomic. It's something big. Something big is coming. Is this considered technically the end of the world? Says below. See, look, they're under, beneath, less than, to reduce, or to decrease. So they're thinking they're going to hide in their bunkers and be saved. But Spirit is saying this is atomic. This is nuclear. You can't hide in a bunker. It don't matter what you do. Remember in the Bible, I don't know which book in the Bible, it talks about them hiding in their bunkers, trying to escape their karma. Why is the water being affected? We have substance, matter, material, essence, assets, and property. So they've turned water into, I mean, it is of the essence. It is something that we need in a material world. What is this? Schedule. So this is an agenda. It says it's an appointment, an agenda, timetable, itinerary, a plan, calendar, roadmap, timeline, program, cadence, to plan an event or assign a task for a specific date and time. So they already have in mind when something is going to happen. I do believe they are rerouting the water underground. What do you want to say about that? Fuel. To energize or to ignite, they're using it for fuel. What else? Can't live without water. Command. To order, direct, instruct, or mandate. So this was some kind of command. Who was the commander? We have next. And we have irreplaceable. Spirit is saying we are irreplaceable. Life on the Earth's surface is irreplaceable. Hiding underground is not the answer. Will they be able to survive down there and leave the rest of us up here? What is the plan for them? The plan for them is poking the bear, antagonism, instigating, starting a fight that may backfire. So this is going to backfire on them. We have a narrative. They're controlling the narrative. And we have pain. So they're going to be in pain. What about us, the rest of us? Those of us who are your people. What happens to us? We have casualty of war, collateral damage, non-combatant non-combatant civilians, unintentional victims, and innocent bystanders. This may get ugly. Just gotta be honest, this may get ugly. We have patterns. We gotta recognize patterns. What else? We have enduring. So some of us will survive, some of us may not. Some of us may not. If this is nuclear, I mean, usually that's going to wipe everything out. And I don't believe a bunker is going to save them. But will any of us survive this with enduring here? You've endured a lot. We have teach and guide, lead, instruct, educate, demonstrate. So there will be, the strongest will survive. We have debate and we have alienation, isolation, antisocial, alone, lonely, left out, detached, estranged from a group, society, or oneself, and divestment. The people who are prepared for this, who have certain mechanisms in place to survive, they will be okay. Spirit is telling us to ask, to inquire. He said this is centuries in the making. So Spirit is saying this is nothing new. This is ancient. Stay committed to be effective. He said the beast system is unethical, corrupt, immoral, unscrupulous, and dishonest. But Spirit has a lot of compassion for us and those of us who honor the word of God. We have to just be observant here. We have to abide, obey, tolerate, comply, endure, because something inevitable is coming. It's guaranteed, inescapable, but we do have notes here. So there are messages, there are things left behind for us to follow. We have creation, we have boundaries. I feel like Spirit is saying we are actually going to be, a lot of us, those of us who are God's people are going to be protected in some way. We have shock, we have visible, we have the elements, components, fundamentals, part, ingredients, weather conditions, atmospheric forces, and natural forces. So we have a visible field of protection around us. Okay. Spirit, what are your thoughts on CERN? Let's just close it out here. What are your thoughts on CERN? Says forget, to draw a blank, lost track of, disregard, overlook, omit, or neglect. Recompense, compensation, restitution, reparations, amends, reimbursement, to indemnify or make whole. And we have sequence, order, progression, arrangement. Course, chronological or numerical order. A specific logical lineup of things. So this is all happening even though they think they're in control, they're not. It says it's predictive programming. Third eye activation, materialism. Spirit is saying, I'm quiet about it. I don't need to respond to that. They keep coming back. They keep trying, but they're in misalignment. This is disproportionate, skewed, discrepancy, out of line, and off center. And again, predictable shows up. We have famine and starvation. We know what's happening with the food here. So these people are basically destroying the atmosphere. They're trying to go and pollute the cosmos. They want to go into other planets. This is why they were all trying to go to Mars before. They think they can escape some great catastrophe that's coming to the Earth, where there will be, unfortunately, a lot of casualties. Not to be gloom and doom, but it's here. Gloom and doom is actually on the table. It says that defeatist mentality, cynicism, pessimism, despair, homelessness, fatalism, expecting the worst outcome, melancholy and despondency. Yeah. So food may be one of the first things to be released. I mean, I believe we're living in the book of Revelations. I think I've said that before. And, we had pestilence. We already had that with the 2020 pandemic. That's one of the plagues. That's one of the things unleashed during the book of Revelations, the end times. Pestilence. Some kind of physical affliction. And now we also have the food, being rotten. And that's the famine. That's the one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Next is war. We have a war brewing right now with Iran, and they're all shaping up. It's all shaping up. Don't have a timeline. None of us know the day nor the hour, but I do believe they know something is coming. All right, y'all. I'm going to let you all enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you in the next episode. Like, subscribe, and comment.